The basic thing tonight is that he's planted the seeds for future severe action. This is my opinion of where this is going. He certainly has been hinting at it for quite some time, and he did so tonight. And he's already telling his base, we can't trust the results of the election. We know that's a dangerous thing to say because we remember the insurrection of January 6th. You got a graphic now up on the screen that says Republicans have been scared shitless about this speech tonight. There's a lot of inside baseball reporting that even within the White House, they're concerned about, that there's no there, that what he said tonight isn't going to sound like it's legit or resonate with people. It's not resonating with me. It's just causing more questions. So let me run through this for you real quickly. He opened by saying he had urgent action for the country to take. His theme was no trust, no greatness. In other words, if we don't trust the election process, America can no longer be great. I have my own opinion on that we cannot be great as long as we don't trust our president. And that is where we are even more so tonight. He called these shocking vulnerabilities in election infrastructure that was open to hacking and foreign interference. If you heard me talking to Dean Obadella yesterday, I told you to listen carefully for the word foreign, and we got it tonight in droves, mostly aimed at China. So he told us tonight that he believes the intelligence community has handed him evidence that he's declassifying and putting up on a site for us to see. Don't get me started on declassifying classified intelligence, folks. I don't like that. But nonetheless, apparently we can go to whitehouse.gov and we're going to get these declassified documents, of which there are perhaps thousands of documents. Let me run through this real quickly. Intel chiefs have briefed him that they found the following. Number one, in the 2020 cycle, the election cycle, the People's Republic of China carried out the largest, get this, folks, the largest compromise of election records in history. Now, let me put a pin in this right there, because I want to show you some graphics and a video clip that detail that in the 2020 cycle, and then a report issued in 2021, the U.S. intelligence community actually debunked the notion that the PRC interfered in any way, any significant way at all. In fact, there was sensitive intelligence indicating that the Chinese government had decided to not go forward with any large-scale plans to impact our election. That is, it essentially wasn't cost-effective for them. The business of getting Trump out or Trump in versus someone else didn't really make a difference to them. That's the inside intelligence scoop. You can see the report here contradicting claims by Trump and his team on China election interference. Yet tonight, we heard it back. He's claiming tonight now they've discovered that there's been a huge cover-up, folks, a huge cover-up. And get this, even within his own, at the time, within his own U.S. intelligence leadership, he's claiming they kept it even from him, that there was this cover-up. If this isn't making any sense to you, you're normal. You are normal. 220 million voter files were allegedly accessed by the People's Republic of China. All right, my opinion on that. Maybe the question that we always ask in the intelligence community is, so what? Did they do anything with it? Even if it's true, and by the way, this is the first time I'm hearing of 220 million voter records accessed by the PRC. Even if it's true, what did they do with it, and did it make a difference? I'm here to tell you that every single day in the United States, the People's Republic of China hacks us, accesses us, waves hello inside our infrastructure all the time. And by the way, we do it too. The question is, so what? What difference did it make? We'll need to ask that question. Number two, Trump claims the deep state, that's his phrase, not mine, within the intelligence community worked to cover up and downplay Chinese meddling, even from him and from other presidents. I guess the entire intelligence community is working for China at this point. He says tens of millions of voters' data in 18 states. He did not name most of those states, but they're gonna tell those states, like starting tomorrow. In those states, tens of millions of voters' data has been hacked or was hacked, and this was not disclosed to him or to Congress. If nothing else, takeaway tonight, folks, this is an abysmal performance by a president who doesn't know what's going on within his own intelligence community, and they're not briefing him, right? Well, there's only a couple of possibilities here. One, this didn't happen. Two, the entire intelligence community under Trump, including his own leaders, were keeping things from him. Okay. The next, he says, a CIA report says in mid-2018, China focused on undermining the U.S. president. Now this, by the way, this to me sounds very typical of Chinese intelligence service methodology. He's saying the PRC sought to influence every day, folks. They got next to U.S. companies and tried to talk them into negative postures against Trump. Every day, folks, every president faces Chinese influence efforts. And they also tried to influence key media influencers. Yep, story of my life as I headed counterintelligence for the FBI, Chinese influence campaigns. Does that translate to changing how we do business in elections? Does that mean it changed the outcome of an election? There was nothing, zero, nada tonight about the so what question. What happened to all of these efforts, and did it make a difference in the election? Let me keep going. He's got a CIA report on his desk. He did, in very typical fashion, folks, he did start meandering and mumbling and grammatically incorrect sentences that caused me to not grasp some things that he was saying. So, for example, he said the name of the person who did this, what? The name of a person in the intelligence community who covered this up is, quote, under review. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they're investigating this person. I don't know if he's specifically referring to somebody we already know is under investigation from prior administrations. I don't know. This was interesting. We've heard this before, folks, right? The stale bread. The PRC tried to manufacture fake voter ballots. We've heard this before, right? Wasn't there something even in Arizona about bamboo paper or something, or some paper being discovered that was kind of unique to China? We'll have to dig into that, but here it comes again with the idea of the PRC trying to manufacture ballots, and he seems even angry. This is a tactical mistake, I think. He says this was kept out of my briefings, and he was quick to say, because we've all heard reports that he doesn't read his briefings, and I get those briefings. I get those briefings, but it was kept out. So again, why do I say this is a tactical mistake? This repeated sense of Trump as victim of his own handpicked intelligence community leadership, I think is a tactical mistake and makes him weak. Officials have apparently confessed in interviews now, we'll believe this when we see it, that they did deliberately keep this cover up and this information about the PRC away from Trump. He referred to someone that I thought was in the CIA, and then they said he said they have an FBI official, quote unquote, who similarly said something like, "I'm running a shadow government," in reference to this cover up that's going on. More on the cover up.